This is the 373-year-old fishing technique that most people have never heard of. Marinating meat in sugar to catch fish, and it works. In 1653, a man named Izaak Walton published a book called The Compleat Angler, and it went on to become one of the most reprinted books in the English language. Buried inside it was a recipe that might make you do a double take. Walton wrote, "Doubtless sweet pastes are best, I mean pastes made with honey or with sugar." His actual recipe called for the flesh of a rabbit or cat, cut small, mixed with bean flour, then combined with sugar or honey and beaten together in a mortar. Cat meat and sugar. The 17th century was a different time. But that core idea, sweetening meat to attract fish, never went away. It evolved. By the late 1960s, paste baits dominated carp fishing across Europe. Then in 1972, a British angler named Fred Wilton publicly disclosed his high-nutritional-value Boilie theory in The Carp, the magazine of the British Carp Study Group, arguing that bait should be nutritionally appealing to fish, not just smelly, with milk proteins like casein and lactalbumin forming the nutritional backbone of the recipes. That opened the floodgates. By the early 1980s, companies like Richworth were selling commercially produced Boilies, the first hitting shelves around 1983, the most famous being the Tutti-Frutti. Around the same time, the hair rig revolution was transforming carp presentation, a method pioneered by Len Middleton and Kevin Maddox, pairing perfectly with the new Boilie designs. Sweeteners, both artificial and natural, became standard ingredients. Through the 1990s, the Boilie boom ran at full speed, with anglers building recipes loaded with spices, sugars, and appetite stimulants. Classics like strawberry and banana became staples of carp fishing worldwide, targeting common carp, Cyprinus carpio, above all else. Across the Pacific Northwest, a parallel tradition was thriving at the same time. Salmon and steelhead anglers were curing fish eggs in sugar, and the standard ratio is 1 part salt to 4 parts sugar. The salt preserves, the sugar toughens. Together they create these glistening, durable clusters of roe tied into spawn sacks, sometimes set with a borax cure that salmon simply cannot resist. And then there's the sugar-cured mackerel tradition. At Red's Bait and Tackle in Redondo Beach, the owner always kept a 5-gallon bucket of sugar-cured mackerel sitting somewhere in the shop. His philosophy was simple: almost any fish will bite it, and it's a great alternative when live bait runs out. So why does any of this actually work? Science has looked into it. Researchers, including work attributed to Harada and colleagues in Japanese aquatic taste research, tested monosaccharides, disaccharides, sugar alcohols, and artificial sweeteners on fish olfactory responses, and they found that fructose, glycyrrhizin, aspartame, and ribadioside all registered high attractivity. Fish detect sweetness through both smell and taste, and sweeteners make their taste receptors more responsive. But here's where it gets strange. There's a paradox sitting right at the center of this whole practice. In 1938, Austrian ethologist Karl von Frisch discovered something he called Schreckstoff, a fear substance. When a fish is wounded, its skin releases chemicals that terrify nearby fish, causing them to dart and freeze. This response is strongest in Ostariophysi, the superorder that includes carp, minnows, and catfish, roughly 75% of all freshwater fish species. For 70 years, nobody could identify exactly what that chemical was. Then in 2012, researcher Suresh Jesuthasan and his team at A-Star in Singapore cracked it. The alarm signal contains chondroitin sulfate, a special type of sugar found abundantly in fish skin. So sugar attracts fish, and sugar terrifies fish. It depends entirely on the type and the context. One more thing worth knowing: fish cannot actually digest sugar. They lack the enzymes to break it down and convert it into energy. They're drawn to it, they bite it, but they can't use it. Which means this entire centuries-old tradition is built on a trick, an exploitation of a sensory response that offers the fish absolutely nothing in return. From Izaak Walton's mortar and pestle in 1653 to modern commercial cures and boilies lining tackle shop shelves, in 2026, the principle hasn't changed. Sweeten the bait, catch the fish. It's one of the oldest continuous fishing techniques in documented history. And most anglers today who sugar cure their salmon eggs or sweeten their carp bait have no idea they're following a recipe that's nearly 4 centuries old. If you want to learn more about modern fishing, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.